Okay, so originally today's video was going to be talking about the delay rumors that have been happening recently. The past couple of weeks there's been a rumor going around that the initial release date or window for RE9 was pushed back in some capacity, and I was going to make a video talking about that. But that has since changed, as the person who mentioned that rumor has now come out with a new kind of rumor, I suppose, that may indicate the game's actually closer than we thought. Some pretty interesting information is also said, and again, just before we do get into it with leaks and rumours and stuff on this channel, I'll try and just remind everybody that until any official information is out, you know, don't like 100% believe what's being said. I know that the person in question is very reliable in terms of information before a game comes out, but again, just until there's 100% confirmation, don't kind of take it as a guarantee. But yeah, let's get straight to it. Alright, so to pretty much go over what has been said, pretty much goes into say that the delay rumour that they'd heard can be pushed aside, and the Resident Evil 9 reveal should be soon and released next year. So that's still on the cards. You know, the rumour of the June announcement is still on the go, and the release of next year is still happening. I'm pretty confident, honestly, rumours aside, that the game will probably get announced in June at the big like gaming reveal period of time that happens in that month. And it coming out the following year isn't too far-fetched, because a lot of the more recent games tend to get revealed in the summer and then released in like the following year, so it's not too far-fetched to believe that. Now, in terms of the release window, so that has changed from last I checked. So last I checked, it was kind of being announced in the summer of this year with a release of late 2025. That has now changed to January 2025, which is a big difference. And again, kind of going into what I said a minute ago about the games getting revealed in the summer and then released the following year, that again does sit quite comfortably with, you know, current trends for these games. So as far back as I can remember now, the game gets announced in the summer and releases in the early period of the following year, so the first half of the year. So that again isn't too far-fetched. So again, following the trend of older games, it does make sense, and it makes more sense than the game being revealed in the summer to release like a year and a half later, which was the old rumour at the time. It just kind of close up with saying things I've already kind of mentioned in videos talking about RE9 already, that it is the biggest budget game and longest dev time of a game to date, so more than 6, obviously 6 being the more expensive game of the bunch. This is even more than that. And obviously development time, it's been pretty much in development for a long time, like since around 7, so it is a game that has been going for a long time, and it is obviously a very expensive game to make, and it does go on to say that it's more of an ambitious game. And again, that's kind of where the concerns that I mentioned in the video a few days ago about the whole game being like a very akin to Resident Evil 6 in terms of how they've kind of described it, with it being like a big budget and, you know, a big game. But again, you can go check out that video, it's out now, and it'll go into more detail in terms of what people are concerned about with that. But again, I think it having, you know, a big budget and a long dev time means it's had that time to cook, I guess you could say, and I have faith that hopefully it does cover a lot of what we are missing from the story lately. And then finally, just a little bit of extra information. This isn't anything to do with the Resident Evil 9, but it does say that Village started as development for RE8, and then eventually it became a spin-off, and then they eventually kind of went back on that and made it RE8, which is interesting, because now you know that, if it's true, obviously. If you really look at Village, you can kind of tell, because the shift in like monsters and location and whatnot from 7 to 8 is quite big. So it's interesting to kind of see it in that light, but a little bit of extra information there. So yeah, in summary, the delay rumor is now a bust and doesn't exist. So you can kind of rest on that one. You know, it doesn't need to be mentioned again. In terms of the announcement and release, we are still looking at a June reveal, and I'd imagine that's going to be at like some kind of event. So Summer Games Fest is coming up, the Xbox Showcase is coming up, and I'd imagine the PlayStation are going to do one too. And I think PlayStation has been where the past few games have been announced, so it wouldn't surprise me if that happens again. And then of course we have the release window currently being January next year, which is a lot sooner than I even thought it would be, so that's pretty cool. It's good to think about. But again, now all this information has been kind of discussed and now it's out there. Do not take it as a fact. Do not say it's a guarantee. Like I said, I always try and make videos and just try and make sure people know that it's not 100% fact, so do not actually believe it until they come out and say and the announcement happens and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. Thank you all for coming by and watching the video. Leave your thoughts on the whole situation down below in the comments. Are you excited for Resident Evil 9? What do you want to see from the game? And yeah, in terms of news, I'll try and post as quickly as possible when something does come up. So if you are wanting to stay in the loop with new Resident Evil news and stuff like that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you all for coming by. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.